The biggest lie in real estate is that the best agents who work the hardest make the most money. And that is not true anymore. With automation, average agents are beating agents with more talent and that work harder. And the hardest agents without the automation, they're having to fight over the scraps, Michaela.
Yep. And it just doesn't seem fair. I mean, people who have spent so much time in the business, they've been in the business for forever, and they're like, "Hey, how is this guy who's just new to the business? How are they making it work? It took me years to build this business. Where is it coming from?"
There's a reason we call our podcast The Agent Shift. It's because things are shifting and automation and AI is coming into play. And look, I hate to tell all of you out there, you're behind the game. Michaela, we are behind already in the game, and we're going to talk about it today. Michaela, what are some problems that agents have in their life? Because here's the reason I'm asking the question. I'm going to prove to you today, to all of you, that all you need is an automated lead generation system, and it'll solve your problem. So what are some common problems, Michaela?
Well, you kind of just hit the nail on the head right there. I think the biggest one I hear from a lot of agents is I just don't get enough leads. Like, they're not coming in. I'm doing all the things, and the leads, either that or they're just not quality leads. You're getting dead end leads. So yeah, I think leads are really one of the biggest problems right now.
So you've got to have an automated lead generation system with AI built into it. Because here's the thing, the leads that come in, you've got to call them. Well, here's the problem as an agent. You're out showing houses, you're out listing houses. How are you going to get a hold of these leads? And the answer is, as I choke on my voice there, it's all right, we're authentic on here. You need an automated system that reaches out and cultivates the leads for you and then lets you know, identifies these are the people you need to contact. That's a main problem. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, and we're also short on time, and that's probably another big problem we have is we've just got to use our time so wisely. And so whenever we get these dead end leads, it gets really frustrating. And when your time's already so short, it's like, all right, we've got to figure out how to make sure we're getting quality leads and not just spinning our wheels.
Yeah, what we're going to show you here in a second is actually an automated lead gen system with AI built into it that you can use to help you get your time back. Because you're right. What is life if you make all this money, but you have no time? Who wants that life, right? You want to be the richest person in the graveyard, Michaela? Is that your life goal?
No, I'm good there. I want to live life a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. What's some of the problems that agents have?
Not enough money.
Not enough money.
I mean, leads, money, they kind of go hand in hand. If you're not bringing in the business, you're not making the money.
If you don't have enough business, you need more leads with automation and AI built into it. Yeah. Anything else? What else people complain about?
Not enough time. The leads, the quality of the leads, and then not having enough money to either invest in a whole new system. Because, some of these systems, we get all these flashy new systems thrown in our face. Like, if you buy this software, buy this. And it's like, oh,
shiny new object. Look over here at this thing.
And then you talk to them and it's like, well, it's only $700 a month. Oh. And it gets crazy. And you're like, how do I know I'm going to see that return on investment? So I think people get really stuck with like, all right, what do I do? Because what I'm doing is not working.
Yeah. So for those of you who have a short attention span, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you the next 60 seconds what we're going to do. Then we're going to go into a deep dive. We like to do that because I know some of you are like, oh, I've already heard of this already. We're going to show you an automated lead generation system that will bring in leads automatically and use AI and automation to qualify the leads and also cultivate them because not people aren't always ready to go right away. And then just identify you the small set of those leads that you should be personally talking to. So it's going to get you your time back. We're also going to show you how you can scale those leads so that you can farm out the leads you don't want and you can send them to your either traditional team or I'd recommend we're going to do in a podcast in the future, build a non-traditional team. We'll be talking about the differences of that. That's a whole other podcast for another time. But that's going to give you your time back and allow you to scale your income to where you want it to be. And I know there's probably people going, oh, well, you guys building a funnel. I've heard of funnels before. I tried them. They sucked. I mean, what are some common objections you think, Michaela, to automated lead generation funnel? What do you think?
But exactly that. They don't work. People have tried them before and they're just like, you're just not getting what's being promised. They're advertised and then you look in the fine print and it's like results not average.
Right.
And you're like, okay, cool. Like
we're going to show you some real numbers today of what Stacy and I have been doing. And you're going to get a chance, by the way, Michaela and I aren't selling you anything. There's nothing for you to buy or anything like that, but we are going to show you a snapshot of how they could work and how it goes. But you're right. People are like, I tried lead funnels before, they didn't work. There's some common mistakes that you're making. And here's the thing about our system that we have. It's all been tried and tested. you're going to just be plug and play on it. Is there any other things? What do other people say, realtors say about lead generation funnels?
They're just too expensive. When they're turning to these lead funnels, they're already feeling a little bit desperate. Like if you had leads flowing in, you probably wouldn't be trying to shake up your business too much. But when you're looking towards a lead funnel, it's like, okay, I either know I want to continue to grow more, you're looking to scale, or what you're doing is not working. So you're already feeling a little bit desperate, maybe in a kind of backed into a corner, money might be feeling tight. So to justify investing in the expense and not understanding if the return is really there, when you hear all that negative talk that they don't work and people have tried them and it's just a scam, people kind of
Here's the great news about us today. We're asking them for how much money?
zero money.
Zero. So if you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to afford a funnel system or anything like that, I'm already tapped out. Look, we know sales are off. Sales are off 40% across the board. We're asking you for zero. So if that caught your attention, stick around. We'll show you how you can get our funnel system for free at the end. Anything else that we missed that people might object? I'm not a techie. What about people like, I don't know about being a techie? What about that, right?
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, the time, and I think we were right before we jumped on this call, we were just talking about how hesitant we are. If you're a Mac person or an Apple person switching over to an Android, or even just switching from one iPhone to the other, you're just like, it's such a hassle. I don't want to do it. I don't want to learn a new phone. And I mean, we use our phones every single day. So to learn an entirely new system when we're already balancing our business and life and laundry, dishes, the dog, everything else. And then it's like, and I have to learn an entirely new system and set up this routine. It gets exhausting and overwhelming. And a lot of people shut down there like, I just don't have time to invest in to learn all of this.
Yeah, the great news for you on this is systems all plug and play. You'll be able to put it in. If you can use Gmail, right? Everybody can do that. And if you can use Facebook, and if you're not on Facebook, you need to be as a real estate agent. If you can use those two systems, you can use our funnel system. Again, it's plug and play. I am not a techie. Look at all this gray hair. I mean, I've been in real estate since before the internet came around, right? So I am not a techie, but our system, we have great technicians that are in there. It's all going to be plug and play and implemented for you. They'll get into your Facebook and set it up and everything like that. But let's take a look at a couple slides, Michaela, and we'll get people off of here, because here's what our goal is this, Michaela, is to show people that you need an automated system of leads coming in that get qualified by a machine, not by you. Robo Jim, I call mine, right? That talks to it and shows you and cultivates these leads and then keeps retargeting and coming back to them and then tells you which one you should be talking to, which one or ones you should be talking to, right? So let's take a look here. I'm going to share, let's see if the techie Jim can share his screen. So good luck to all of us here on this. Let's go here. First of all, I want to show you, this is the leads we're talking about right here. Can you see my screen, Michaela?
Yep, we can see it.
Great, you can see it, good. So on here is just showing you what we've done from June 1st here through almost the end of August. 55 leads that are coming in. And these are all being worked on through the AI. I'm not going to click on this right here where you see my cursor, because it's got all their names, their emails, and their phone numbers, right? These are leads who came to us looking for specific information, okay? So I'm not going to click on this here because I don't want people to see it. It's the internet. We're not going to put people's information out there. These are real-time leads. These are on my wife's funnel that I built for her, and she's working these. These are new build leads, Michaela, on here. There are people who saw an ad that we ran on Facebook, and they clicked on learn more, and they go into our funnel, and they're being worked on. We've got one in contract, several bubbling right now. And that's the other thing about funnels. These are leads that are coming in. They're going to have to be cultivated. You don't have time for that. You go work on your now business. The robot version of you will work on them behind the scenes and then tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you need to call Bob. Okay.
And I think
go ahead.
One of the most important things you just said right there. One, we know you've gotten 255 leads in the last 3 months. So that's over 80 leads a month, basically. I'm sure they all trickle in at different times, but that's a lot of leads. But to have even one under contract right now is huge. And that you didn't have to nurture, you personally didn't have to nurture all 255 leads the entire time. You had your system just doing it for you. And then you were told, okay, this person's probably ready to go. And to have one under contract in 3 months, I mean, look, it takes time to build leads.
$1,000 deal at 3%, right, from the new builder, and we're paying $4 a lead on average right now. on
And
this.
Jim,
So
he's already said it before, but this is meant to be authentic. Like, we are not showing you these crazy off the, like, these are real numbers. They just started using this. We're just sharing the information that we have so other people can find some success in that. But this is real. And one lead in those 3 months, like, that's great. And if you didn't really have to do that much legwork to get there, hey, I'll take a lead every 3 months all day long.
yeah, so what happens is these leads get retargeted by the robot version of us. You want to hear the best part of the story, Michaela? This happened while we were on the beach in St. Croix.
Of course.
The
So you
lead
have to go on vacation. You set this up and then you go on vacation. That's part of it, right?
The lead came in, reached out to us conscious. We communicate with them. We got them in front of our new build rep. We did a Zoom appointment with them for the appointment while we're there. We're on the beach and we did a contract while we're there. That's the greatest part of this whole thing is you can be anywhere. As you guys know, Michaela's down in South Carolina. You survived the hurricane, thank goodness.
We did. We were good. It actually never made landfall. Then we just got a bunch of rain, but yeah, we're good.
You have to name your little girl Erin if she had come during the hurricane, right?
Right.
To the hurricane name that's on there. So that's that. Now I'm going to attempt to share a couple slides and then we'll get off here for people because, like I said, the webinar is going to be the in-depth, the deep dive on this. This is just to show people what we've got here. And so, Michaela, can you see my screen on this? Beautiful, perfect. So these are called the highest converting funnels, and that's what they are for getting motivated buyers and sellers. And here's the thing. Are you tired of doing these things or you don't want to do them and still want to scale your real estate business? We know all the old ways of doing it. Of course, open houses. I'm an old schooler. I still love open houses, but I know a lot of agents don't like doing them. What about direct mail? Like if you don't have a lot of money, direct mail takes a long time and a lot of money. You can have success with it, but you're going to spend a lot of cash up front before you see anything come from that. Or how about this guy down here? I don't want to make calls. Anybody, this guy, like, I don't want to cold call people. Ugh. I know some people are still teaching that. No thanks on there. And how about pop buys, right? Stopping by people's houses and bringing them a gift once a month. Those are things people have done in the past. And yes, all of them can be effective. But my saying is that doing it digitally online is better. And here's what's happening. Here's why you need an automated lead generation funnel. For those of you who are still in the business, congratulations. You just survived the worst 3 back-to-back-to-back years in real estate since 1995. So think about that. Pat yourselves on the back. Take a deep breath. It has been rough out there on realtors, right? And you have more people in real estate and millions of less transactions than what were happening years ago. Think about that. So more agents taking a smaller piece of the pie. It's been tough. And that's why you need an automated system, because as we know, talking to your existing network is the best way to get leads, but you can't wait on them or you could starve to death. You also need cold leads coming in that are contacted by AI and automation, and it cultivates them till they're ready to go. And then you work with the ones that are hot. So here's what happened to us, Michaela. If you don't want to do that stuff, you're just like us. After 28 years in real estate, we wanted to grow, but we didn't want to go back to antiquated methods. So fortunately, we found this automated system that allowed us to scale our business without the pain and suffering of all those old methods. But it gave us more sales in less time, the time freedom to travel and explore our hobbies. Mine's hanging out all night while I look tired because I was spending the night with my raccoons out on the back deck. That's another story. People watch my social media know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
he's not kidding.
And create multiple streams of extra cash flow, because here's the thing. The rule is he or she who has the leads has all the power and makes all the money, right? So we're going to show you in a future podcast how you can build, of course, a traditional team, but more importantly, a non-traditional team where you can get your freedom to travel and explore your hobbies, but still create multiple streams of revenue just by being good at generating leads. You take the leads you want, you farm the rest out, you can scale your business, okay? So, but just to give you an example of what we did, we increased, this is my wife, Stacy, right here. This is her raising money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Here's us in St. Croix. Here she is on the cover of Real Producers Magazine last year. We took our personal production from 20 million in 2023 to 27 million in 2024. We're gonna end up about the same boat here in Columbus, Ohio for 2025. So these are real numbers, and it's because of the leads coming in. We had the leads, and that solves all your problems in real estate. You give me a problem, I'll tell you. Here's the great news. We said before, put your checkbook or credit card away. When we do this webinar, we're not going to ask you to spend any money. Okay, so we are not, and I repeat, not selling you some lead generation system. We're showing you a lead funnel system that converts these leads into people that are hot and ready to go, and they're coming to you. That's the great part. They're coming to you. They're sending you a text. They're calling you. They're emailing you when they're ready to go because of the automation and the AI. And we'll show you exactly how we do it. Not today, but on the webinar. You're going to want to jump on that. We'll put the link down below where you can check it out and also get in our calendar. But probably some of you are wondering, well, how does this work? Here it is. We're going to find your target market. That generation system I showed you right there was a new build target. So we're targeting new build clients. Then we get the traffic. We dump the traffic into the funnel with an offer. What are we offering them? We'll show you all that on the webinar. And then we put them in the funnel and let the funnel do the follow-up and retargeting. This is the important part. Cold leads, when they come in, are they ready to go right away, Michaela?
No.
No.
It takes some time.
It's going to take some time. Here's the problem. When somebody you haven't talked to in 2 years and they were a cold lead, do you remember them?
Probably not.
No, right? They may not have even responded to your phone call, your email, your text, and you move on. Here's the problem. They were interested enough to click. They're just not ready to go right now. So Robot Michaela talks to them and stays in touch with them through a series of videos, text message, emails, and voicemail drops, which we'll talk about later on how those work. And they're all automated. And then the people that are ready to go raise their hand. The system taps you on the shoulder and say, hey, you need to call Steve. He's ready to go. And we'll find our audiences that we're going to be talking to. They'll start off cold. We're going to retarget them. When I say we, our system is going to do it. They're going to be leads that have given you contact information and permission to follow up. And when they get hot, that's when you're going to get in front of them. And that's the system. So we're excited to get people in front of that, Michaela, right? We want people to see our webinar. We're going to talk to you about. We're going to open up the back office. We're going to show you everything. Find a way, if I can, get techie enough to blur the names of the people that we're talking to, because I want you to see the robot version of us communicating with them and how it works. These are people we don't touch. The system does it. And again, it's plug and play. We have a huge team of tech people that built this system on the back end. And we're going to show agents again, once again, Michaela, how much are we asking them to do it?
0.
We'll show you how to partner with us on it and how you can do it. This will work in any market for any experienced agent, especially if you got the wisdom hair. We call this gray hair wisdom hair, Michaela. You're not a techie. It'll work for you too. And this is a supplement to your current real estate business. If you're new getting in or you're in a new area that you've moved to, this is going to be your bread and butter, baby. You are going to be so excited to see it. And we'll put the link down below for the webinar coming up. We don't have the date picked yet. Michaela and I are agents, so we're out running around crazy just like you. What else do we want to add to this, Michaela, before we jump off?
No, I think you really nailed everything. I think the real value is, of course, that this is just purely educational. Take it, leave it, do what you like with it, but we're just giving you the information. It's real numbers. We're not throwing out these massive, staggering, like unbelievable numbers. We're showing real numbers and real results. Jim and Stacey are using this in real time. So we're showing you kind of how it's progressed over the last 3 months since they started using it and the results that they've had. So, and we're not selling you anything, but a huge thing is that you're not calling these people out of the blue. You're not just sending a random mailer to somebody who's never heard of you. By the time they get to you, they've already seen you or heard your name or they reached out to you. And that conversation goes so much easier than you just picking up the phone and calling a random person because you're lucky if they even answer.
Yeah. So some of you that are watching this right now, if you made it to the end, you're like, I don't want to wait for the webinar. I want to talk right now. So that was my voice. It sounds like in my head. We're going to put our links down below. If you know Michaela, jump on her Calendly link down there. If you know me and you're watching this, jump on there. Michaela and I are working on this as a team from different parts of the country. So either one you reach out to us, you're going to end up working with both of us partnering on this as we do it. Our tech team, Michaela's more techie than me, but she's busy getting ready to have a baby and things like that. We're not going to be the ones plugging this into your system. We have a full tech team and staff behind us that do all the tech work for you. Your job will be to get on the computer, give them access to your Facebook account to get the ads set up and things like that, and then also set up the Gmail for you that we're going to use that's going to be emailing them. That's it. And then you're going to sit back and let it go. And then it's your job to take the leads that are like, hey, excuse me, I need your help. Your job then is going to be to connect with them and go from there. But again, like Michaela said, they're going to be contacting you. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Absolutely. So yeah, just keep an eye out for the links below. And if you aren't following us on social media or if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure to subscribe because that's where you're going to see all the most accurate information.
If you're an animal lover, make sure you watch mine. Especially if you like raccoons, I get some really great raccoon stuff on there. But yeah, we'd love to see you on there. So check us out on social media. Share this with your friends. And, in real estate, rising tide floats all boats. I think this is a perfect timing for this right now. I know a lot of realtors are hurting, especially that are newer in the business and don't have, decades of years of past clients to fall back on. This is going to help you supplement that core business, which is your sphere of influence. This is going to help supplement that and get you some extra deals from outside to get you over the hump to real estate, because it's coming back. Rates are going to go down. It's coming back. Hang in there, guys. But this is going to be it for you to get you through these winter months.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.